Islamophobia essay. Essay on Islamophobia for students and children in English. The 9/11 attack emerged to be publicly appealing because of the terrorist attack and how it was broadly broadcasted on the news. Ever since that day, Americans changed their ideologies and counted on Muslims as their number one enemy. They also linked every terrorist to being a Muslim and because of their beliefs are called Islamophobic. On September 11, 2001, two airplanes were flown into the World Trade Center towers in New York City. An airplane was hijacked by four terrorists who planned suicide attacks against targets in the United States. The subsequent other two flew at the Pentagon and Pennsylvania and caused many casualties and destruction of buildings. The USA made it propaganda to defeat terrorism. Islamophobia also indicates Americans resort to religious differences in times of political crisis. It is broadcasted and propagated on a wider basis. It is instilled in the minds of youth at a very tender age. It is also politically influenced. The greater impact is on the Americans and the European Muslims, who are generally known to be peaceful human beings. Following the Paris attacks, Islamophobia has increased in the count and many young Muslims have experienced bullying and discrimination. Though there have been debates on how to end Islamophobia, truly the real strength lies within us. We have the power to spread love and change ignorant hearts and minds. In the 21st century, social media greatly influenced people's lives to change the thought of hundreds of people in a few minutes. It's all about promoting them in general, just as they can offer support and help to prove that terrorism is not an act of Islam but barbarism. Politics and Western democracy have learned that hatred towards Muslims can get them elected. We must build relationships with the local Muslim community, interrupt Islamophobia, and strongly advocate against anti Islamic and xenophobic state and federal policies. Islam, particularly in the Western lands, is often considered to be a problematic and syncretist expression of the process of hatred and its execution. It is also regarded as an infamous reputation amongst the leaders of the world for its imperialistic approach to the world issue through the heavy use of brute military power to enforce Western ideals of democracy. It is showcased where there is a report of a shooter identified as a Muslim, whereas a non-Muslim shooter would be identified as mentally ill. A Muslim is like any other citizen, pays taxes and works with diligence through their community's malpractices. It is identified as any other religion by Guthrie and runs in parallel with anti-Semitism in the 1930s. Islamophobia also serves as a threat to religious practices and cultures, skepticism of integration, threats to secularism, fears of sexual crimes, and an unattracted racist current. It has gradually become an important sector in the sociological and political background of Western democracy. It has resulted in numerous attacks on mosques, killing innocent Muslims and racial laws demeaning their fundamental rights. Islamophobia is also identified as discrimination between higher class identification and lower national identification. Anti-discrimination laws have been adopted to fully protect minorities from the hostile environment toward their religious group.